Soldiers, welcome to Iron Commander. This is where the battlefield comes to life. Here we break down real military history, legendary battles. Hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice strengthens this army. Enlist by subscribing to the channel.
Rommel's tanks were stuck, out of fuel, middle of Egypt. British Army right in front of them. October 1942. El Alamein. 40 miles of sand. Ocean on one side. Salt marsh you couldn't cross on the other. Nowhere to go around. And Rommel knew it. 2 years he'd rolled across North Africa. One every time. Pushed the British back hundreds of miles. Now his supply convoys were burning in the Mediterranean. His tanks had fuel for maybe one more fight. The British had a new commander, Montgomery. Rommel tried to hit him first. Late August. Swing around the south like he always did. Montgomery was waiting. Tanks on the high ground. Kill zone ready. Rommel pulled back after 3 days. First time that ever happened. He flew to Germany. Told Hitler they needed to retreat. Shorten the line. Get closer to supplies. Hitler said no. Hold position. No retreat. So Rommel went back to Egypt and watched Montgomery build an army. Tanks arrived. American Shermans. Artillery. Fresh troops. Supplies piled up for weeks. The British had 200,000 men. Rommel had half that. Half of those were Italian with equipment falling apart. Montgomery told his officers the plan. They'd attack straight into the strongest German positions. Not around them. Through them. Someone asked why not go south where it was easier. Montgomery looked at him. Because I want to destroy his army. Not chase it. October 23rd, 9:40 p.m. 1,000 British guns fired at once. The sound rolled across the desert like a wave. 20 minutes of continuous fire. Bunkers collapsed. Sand flew into the air. Then the infantry started walking. For divisions. Through minefields. The Germans had planted 500,000 mines. Men stepped on them. Lost legs. Died. The rest kept walking. Engineers in front clearing paths with bayonets and metal detectors. Behind them, tanks. Rommel wasn't even there. He was in Austria on medical leave. Sick. 2 years in the desert had worn him down. His replacement went to the front line to see what was happening. British fire hit his car. He had a heart attack. Died right there. The Afrika Korps had no commander for 12 hours. By the time Rommel got back, the British were already inside his lines. The battle turned into a grind. British pushed forward yard by yard. Germans counterattacked. Tank fights in the dark. Dust so thick you couldn't see. Montgomery didn't try anything clever. Every time his units hit resistance, he pulled back, brought up artillery, pounded the position until it broke, then pushed forward again. Slow, methodical. It worked. Rommel's panzer divisions moved from sector to sector plugging holes. But every time they stopped one attack, another started somewhere else. They were running out of everything. October 27th. Rommel sent a message to Berlin. Needed reinforcements. Needed fuel. Needed permission to pull back. Hitler's reply came fast. Victory or death. No retreat. Rommel read it. Put it down. Didn't say anything. The Italians started breaking. Not because they quit. Because they've been fighting with old rifles and bad radios for 2 years, and now they were getting hit by an army twice their size. Whole units surrendered. By November 2nd, the German line cracked. British tanks broke through in the north. The New Zealand division smashed a corridor open. Rommel's officers came to him, told him they had to retreat or the entire army would be cut off. He gave the order. Pull back. Save what you can. That night, another message from Hitler. Stand fast. Yield not a yard. Rommel looked at his officers. They looked back. Everyone knew what staying meant. He canceled the retreat. For 12 hours. Then he gave it again. The Afrika Korps started pulling back November 4th. Fighting retreat. Rearguard units holding off British tanks while everyone else moved west. Trucks broke down. Tanks ran out of fuel and got abandoned. Italian units got left behind. Montgomery kept pushing, but he didn't chase wild. He'd already won. By November 7th, the Germans were in full retreat. Still an army, but broken. They'd lost 30,000 men, hundreds of tanks, most of their artillery. The British lost over 13,000, but they could replace them. Rommel couldn't. El Alamein was the end. Not the end of the war in North Africa. That took 6 more months. But the end of the idea that Rommel couldn't be stopped. American and British forces landed in Morocco and Algeria a few days later. The Germans were caught between 2 armies now. The Afrika Korps fought all the way back to Tunisia, every mile, but they were never strong enough to stop again. In May 1943, the last German units in Africa surrendered. Rommel was already gone, pulled out of March. Hitler needed him in Europe. He never came back to North Africa, fought in France, then got caught up in a plot against Hitler. They gave him a choice, trial or poison. He took the poison. Montgomery commanded all the way to Tunisia, then Sicily, Italy, then D-Day. But El Alamein was the moment. The day the Desert Fox stopped moving and never started again.